What's up, brother? How you doing? I'm glad you're here. We're gonna assume you're doing well. We're not gonna really ask too much about me and you right now because Jarvis is a little more upset. He's got a lot on his mind today. So Jarvis, I'm not gonna ask how you doing because it clearly isn't all that well. You got a lot to say about your 49ers, about Trevor Lawrence, and about Deshaun Watson. So we're gonna let you hop right on into
All
it.
right. Well, thanks, Nick. Thank you for bringing us in. First of all, I want to say I'm doing fine. Okay, I'm doing just fine. If the 49ers lost, yeah, what a big deal. I'm the one who came on this show during training camp and said that the 49ers are going to have a Super Bowl hangover. And this is last week was about a six pack. This week was about a half a case. And, the hangover is going to be massive if we keep drinking all these cases, you know. And this is what it is, man. 2020 all over again. I said it. I'm gonna get to my Niners in a minute, but first of all, I want to talk to two stubborn, I guess, hard-headed knuckleheads named Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. Brandon, you still kind of deserve to be in this too. To be honest with you, you let Jawan Jennings just shit on you. He had a hell of a day, and it didn't mean anything because it still was a loss. But I'll get to the Niners later in a minute. Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson. I said, show me what you got. Just Thursday. You had Friday to sleep on it. You had Saturday to sleep on it and let it marinate. And Sunday. Trevor Lawrence, you even had Sunday. Damn. Trevor Lawrence went up against the Buffalo Bills. I understand the Buffalo Bills are a good team and they're supposed to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. But my co-host, ladies and gentlemen, Terrence Smith, Nick Ely, they said the Jaguars will win for whatever reason. And I said, they better. In order for Trevor Lawrence to show me what he's got, he needs to. Trevor Lawrence went 21 of 38 on Monday Night Football in Buffalo. And it's not cold yet. He threw 178 yards. He had a touchdown and he had an interception. And he lost by 37 points. What the hell? That ain't showing me what you got. Are you serious, Trevor? What was that? It's about damn time that we take some respect off of Trevor's name. It's about damn time to take a few of those roses, those flowers away from Trevor Lawrence if you gave them to him. This man got a big contract, and I'm trying to figure out how in the hell he got it right about now. He ain't won a game yet. This is a former #1 overall pick. This was the biggest prospect coming out of college since Andrew Luck, John Elway. And Nick tells me the other day, last episode, Nick tells me, I guess we already come to a realization that Trevor Lawrence is just okay. He's not on the level as the Mahomes and the Burrows and the no. When did we come to that realization? Because I thought people were still waiting on him to arrive. And he had not. He did not. When I said, show me what you got, Trevor, you showed me absolutely nothing. That's a Buffalo defense that's banged up from top to bottom, from front to back. Still. And this is the best you can do? 178 yards? A touchdown and a pick and losing by 37? Deshaun Watson, I told you to show me what you got. Brother man. Mr. $200 million man. I said this was your chance at MetLife Stadium in New York. No, I'm sorry. He was at home. He was at home in Cleveland. I gave you a chance to show me what you got and show your ass. You were 21 of 39, but you still couldn't throw for 200 yards, 196. You did throw 2 touchdowns and no picks, but you lost. Evidently, that wasn't enough. Maybe it needed to be 28 of 39. Maybe it needed to be 296 instead of 196. Maybe it needed to be 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, 3 and 1 rushing, 2 and 2 rushing. I don't know, but you lost to the New York Giants, bro. The Giants, who people are saying are on the clock. You let Daniel Jones have what type of numbers, Terrence? I mean, Nick, what was Daniel Jones' numbers?
What was Daniel Jones'
Yes.
numbers? Dan Jones was 24 for 34, 236, and 2 tutties. Both went to rookie Malik Neighbors.
The percentages were a lot better with the completions. Deshaun Watson is the New York Giants. I said, show me what you got. You didn't show me nothing. I'm done with Deshaun Watson. I was right all along in 2017 when I said, I don't think we should pick any quarterback. Says me, being the couch general manager that I was, hoping that Kyle Shanahan just waited on either Kirk Cousins or the right draft pick to come along. And he passed on the likes of Deshaun Watson in 2017, the likes of, what's the guy's name from North Carolina that everybody thought we were actually going to draft? Mitch Trubisky. And again, Lord forgive him for what he may not know. He also passed on Patrick Mahomes, but that's neither here nor there. 2017 was a year of the draft where I said, hey, man, Deshaun Watson impressed me his junior year, but his senior year, or the last year, I mean. But then he balled out with Bill O'Brien and that offense and whoever was in the backfield and D-Hop, no drop D-Hop. I'm beginning to wonder, what was that I saw back then and what is this I'm watching now? Deshaun, you talk about going from sugar to shit. You are the true meaning of that. This is terrible. And if your shoulder is that bad, leave the game. Because I can't watch you anymore. I'm done with you. Trevor Lawrence, you can shampoo that hair, you can brush it, you can comb it, you can do whatever you want to do and look pretty, and look handsome, and look fly, and just do what you do. But one thing you don't do
Sunshine
is win football games. You ain't won yet this season, and I'm still waiting. What's up with Doug Peterson? This was the one who was supposed to have been taking your career to the next level. I don't really see the progress. All you have to show for me in your career, fifth-year career at that now, is one playoff game that you shouldn't have won, but Justin Herbert folded. And he still ain't showed me a playoff win yet either. But he may finally get there this year. He's showing me more than what you're showing me. Trevor. You're not living up to the expectations. You're not living up to the hype. You do not look like a number one overall pick. And the Jaguars paid you. And I'm not saying the Jaguars are a good franchise, a good organization. I'm not saying that they have everything built around you the way it should be. But you should be doing better than this. And Doug Peterson should as well. That was a horrible display. It's been not good at all to watch you play. And I'm still waiting. I'm done with you. I'm not waiting anymore, Trevor. I wanted you to show me what you got and you didn't do it. Brandon, you can also go on this list as well for show me what you got. But, and Will Levis. Oh, my God. I asked you to show me what you got also. And, man, you showed your ass. That's all you did on Sunday. The Tennessee Titans, I want to let everybody know, they have a good defense. Like, they're really like top 5. They have a good defense. They do. And the running game is pretty solid. The offensive line has improved. It's not a bad team. This could very well be a team that's 2-1 or at least 1-2, and they're 0-3 because every damn time the Titans are in the driver's seat, Will Levis says, "Here, you can have the ball. You can have the game. We don't want it." In the words of Bubba Dub, this man is trash. Get him out of here. That should have been his last game that he ever played for a Titan. I was very disrespectful on Thursday's episode. Guys, when I said I hope Green Bay and Malik Willis goes into Nashville and tears them up. And they let them do it. Damn. You let them do it for real. I was just bullshitting. And you really let them do it. Damn, Titans. Damn, Will Levis. Man, that's straight up trash. Rand Carthon, you came from San Francisco. Brother, if you allow this to continue to go on, you'll be back in San Francisco. And we could use you too. Will Levis, I asked you to show me what you got. You showed me nothing at all. So I guess you ain't got nothing at all. I'm done with your ass too. I just had to recap, show me what you got, and talk about the people who didn't show me what they had. I hope that didn't take too long. If I must say anything about the San Francisco 49ers, though, Nick and Terrence, they lost the game because they did what I expect them to do. look like an average team when they don't have their stars, their core players in the game. We all know that CMC, Debo, and Kittle, the three of them is the core of the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's like putting a Debo is like the ace of spade if you're playing a game of spades. He's the ace of spade. You know, in my book, the baby joker is Kittle because he blocks in, he catches, he does it all. And boy, did he need to block some of those plays for Block Purdy, boy, on Sunday when it was starting to get a little hot in the kitchen. And then we all know who the big joker is. That's CMC. He's still out. And Kyle Shanahan is too busy, and I know I hadn't heard anybody say this yet, so if you say it after this, you're biting. It looks to me that Kyle Shanahan is abandoning the run game that is actually working, even without McCaffrey, because he doesn't either want people to think that McCaffrey he's not all that. We can run this offense without him. Newsflash, we were doing it before we traded for him. So you don't have to try to convince us, Kyle, that the running game is really not much without Christian McCaffrey. That's why we're not running as much. Jordan Mason is averaging 7-8 yards a damn carry. And then you just stop running the ball. Why? Because you're trying to show us why Purdy should get what the quarterback market is? I have to hurry up and do an episode this week. The quarterback market, coming soon. I don't understand why we're dropping everybody back, nobody in the backfield when we've got a lead. I don't understand it. Shanahan did what I expect Shanahan to do. Lose a fourth quarter lead. How many times have we heard that? About Kyle Shanahan losing leads. That's what he does. He does not win. Exactly. Nick sees it. He knows it. He's agreeing. Look, man, the only thing that I hate about this, because I'm not mad at anything that's going on with the 49ers. I predicted this shit, and I wanted to be wrong. But now there's news that Brock Purdy is having an MRI on his back. I don't know what the hell happened to his back, but he's having an MRI on his back. And former Eagle Javon Hargrave, he tore his tricep and he's out for the season. It looks like 2020 all over again, as I predicted. And people say, Jarvis, you're being negative. Is it negative now or realistic? Well, Jarvis, how did you know they was going to do it? They just did the shit 4 years ago. They just did it and I told you. But you didn't want to listen because Jarvis is crazy. Jarvis is asinine. Jarvis is unhinged. Jarvis needs to be drug tested. The only person I think
two things can be true.
The only person that I ain't seen that needs to be drug tested is Kyle Shanahan. Fire the son of a bitch. The son of a bitch is not good and he shouldn't be in the NFL coaching. Why? Because he does ignorant things at the most terrible times ever. You've got the lead. Run the ball. What are we doing here? He is overrated. He can never win without Debo. He can never win without CMC. He can never win without Kittle. If he's so damn good, why can't he beat the practice squad LA Rams? And it's a home game. Let's be honest. That's San Francisco South. Everybody knows when we go to the Rams Stadium, that's Levi South. Be for real. 70-80% Niner fans. How do you lose to a practice squad Ram team? I'll tell you why. Because the offensive line still isn't fixed, which I said it needed to get fixed. But Shanahan says, well, we just like to just spread all the money around at other high-value positions. And we can make it work with the O-line. Yep, well, your ass is wrong, Kyle. That don't work. Brian Flores tore your ass up raggedy last week. And, well, you let Sean McVay drag your ass in the second half this week. What's the problem, bro? You should be able to win. Yeah, we had 3 main players out, but damn, they had like 8 at least. And they got corners out too. Forget their number 1 receivers. They had corners out too on the defensive side. And let's get to our defense, and I'll be done. Trash. Minus Fred Warner, that defense is trash. Every single time the Niners lost last season, all I heard was, get rid of Steve Wilks. Get rid of Steve Wilks. Well, when is anybody going to say anything about Nick Sorensen? Nick who? Who in the fuck is that? Get that son of a bitch out of there too. He don't know how to call defensive plays. What is he doing? That defense looks trash. The defensive interior line doesn't look good. It looks thin like I said it did. And when in the hell does Nicky Bosa make plays anymore around here these days? Since he's been making 32 per. You're paying everybody for what? For what? Just so we can have the same expensive couch that we're going to sit on come January? Because ain't none of y'all going to be in the playoffs. I predicted 7-10. I said you're a hamstring or a pulled, or what did I say? You're a pulled hamstring, or which is it seems like there's some type of tightness right now going on in Kittle's hamstring, or a high ankle sprain away from missing the playoffs. That's what I said because we're top heavy. And boy, can't you tell Dre Greenlaw was out. Hufanga came back and he didn't look that good. But I understand it was his first game back. And everybody wants to blame Moody for missing a 55-yard kick. It shouldn't have came to a 55-yard field goal if Shanahan doesn't act like typical Shanahan. Nobody's blaming him. Nobody will hold him accountable. The Niners' offensive line still is suspect or just trash. The secondary looks abysmal. I mean, Charvarius Ward is struggling. The D-line, I'm not seeing any pass rush. I'm not seeing any pressure. I'm not seeing a lot of things. The defense is bad. Talk about that DC like you talked about Steve Wilkes all last year. Do that, 49er fans. Do that, whoever's talking. Do that. And the special teams, it was even worse than everything I just said. It was terrible. Block punts, missed field goals, special team returns, big returns. I mean, man, I could keep going and going, but it'll be a long show. I'm not upset at all. I'm just telling you. For the Niners, 2 losses. No, seriously. I just have to call it out as to what it is. This is not me being upset. This is letting you all know these are the things that I predicted and said that would happen. For me, it's Niners, 2 losses down, about 8 more to go to Shanahan's termination. And again, I know it won't happen because the one thing about all of this is the players are just going to go down. So Shanahan will keep his job because it's like, how can you coach with no players? All the talent is gone. Well, maybe he's the reason why all the talent are getting hurt. I don't know. But, yeah, I know he's not going anywhere. But this is going to be a bad season for him. I can see it right now. I picked the Rams to win the division. I picked the Rams on Sunday with the plus 6.5. And I'm just, glad to be right. I don't care about that loss. And neither should Niner fans because I've been telling you for the longest, it's all a part of the game. It's the script. Super Bowl hangovers, it happens every time. It just happened to Nick last season. It happened to us in 2020. And it's happened to us in 2024. It's either 2020 or 2021 all over again. I just don't really know which one. But with all these injuries piling up on us, it looked like it's 2020. That's all I got, guys. But, yeah, stop blaming it on the kicker. It shouldn't have came to that. Kyle Shanahan play calling sucks. And he needs to stop trying to prove to us that Purdy is worth every penny of $60 million per and just run the damn ball and get away with the win. He did not do that. People have to stop bragging on this dude so much, man. That's all I'm tired of. I hear it every day. Every morning, every other day. Stop bragging about this dude and get his nuts out your mouth. He's overrated and he really can't coach, especially in the fourth quarter. Jed York, step down. It's time to talk again, brother. Let it be known and tell Kyle he needs to go hire him an OC so he can coach the game. Hire an offensive coordinator. The one time he hired an offensive coordinator, his name was Mike McDaniel. That lasted 1 season, and he's coaching in Miami now. Hire an OC. Clint Kubiak should be your OC, not whoever the hell the coach is in New Orleans. He shouldn't be there. He should be with you.
Dennis Allen.
Anyway, I'm done. What a drag. Cowboys are also 1-2. They lost 2 straight as well. 49ers and Cowboys still moving together. Not your Eagles this week, but yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. Niners are terrible right now.
Well, that's a wonderful segue for us, brother. Not my Eagles this week. You're exactly
Not
right.
No,
this week,
no,
Eagles, Eagles did definitely pick up a W, 15-12.
Was it a baseball game?
I was just going to hop right into it, man.
Was that a baseball
Huh?
game?
15-12 over the Saints, man. I'll go ahead and hop right into it. The biggest thing I was the most proud of from that game was our defense. By far, a Saints team that came in that had scored on all 15 of the drives that Derek Carr had led. We held them to 12 points for the game. That was, Jalen Carter was a man on a mission. It seemed like every other play he was pushing, his assignment into the backfield and at least disrupting the play, if not making it himself. And then on offense, obviously, we stacked up a lot of yards. We had a lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes, things that we can clean up. We weren't able to close out some drives the way that we would, particularly if we had our full cast of weapons. But considering that, we were already down AJ going into the game, we lost Devontae during the game to a pretty vicious hit there. Definitely felt like a kind of a throwback hit, kind of an old school hit. I hated it happen to one of my guys. By the same token, I wasn't too upset just about by the hit in general. I know there was some talk about it being a dirty play and some things of that nature. It's a tough situation. It is what it is. You guys are taught to play through the whistle. He saw an opportunity to take a shot and he took it. I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same in the time that I played. But the guys that we did have finish the game between Jalen, Saquon, and Dallas Goedert, Dallas Goedert for sure had his best game of the season, if not of his career to this point. Saquon probably had his best game as an Eagle, and Jalen had another pretty good game there. And so, I was glad to see us get the W, and I think it could be a springboard for our season. What I'm getting down and what Jarvis?
One
What?
reason why I'm giving you the thumbs down, because you still know. And again, congrats on the win. I told you that yesterday. However, you know damn well if Dennis Allen's dumbass doesn't call a cover one on a 3rd and 6 play where they get picked, it was
30 and
where they get
16.
picked or rub route, whatever you want to call it, off that man coverage, and this guy goes 50, 60 yards down the field, Dallas Goedert. That's the game right there. Like, that's a terrible defensive.
Did we make him call
No,
cover
you
one?
didn't make him call it, but I'm just saying, like, damn, like, why would you?
What do you want me
I'm
to do
just
about
saying,
that?
but you got the win because of that play. We're supposed to be talking about, and again, congrats, but damn, brother, we're supposed to be talking about Nick Sirianni and the boneheaded decisions that he made once again, to going for 4th downs and kicking field goals in midfield. That
Well,
with
if we're gonna do that, we can rewind to a week ago where if Saquon Barkley doesn't drop the easiest pass of his life, we would have been 2-0 coming into this game in the
but you
first
were
place.
not, and we talked about why you were not, though. We talked about this.
But if we want to, but
that.
you're drilling this game down to the one play of Dennis Allen deciding to run man to man. So then I'm gonna drill last week's game down to one play of Saquon dropping the ball. Saquon doesn't drop the ball, the game's over.
But you still the defense still let the Falcons come all the way down the field and score a touchdown, though, Nick. Yesterday,
I'm sorry, did the Saints not get the ball back
the
after we
Falcons got
scored?
the ball back, remember, and they scored on you. They drove real quick and scored.
Did the Saints not get the ball back yesterday?
Come on, man. They didn't have much time as the Falcons did they?
They had, I think, 30 seconds
all I'm
left.
saying is that, seriously, calling that cover one play and that rub route that they get away with now in the league, and he runs it all the way down there to the goal line pretty much, that seals the deal. But why would you call that play when you've got no A.J. Brown?
The same reason Vic Fangio kept running too high last week, and Kirk Cousins just picked us off on the sidelines.
Devontae Smith is out with a concussion. There's no A.J. Brown. Lane Johnson is out with a concussion. I like my chances with just zoning Jalen Hurts some type of way. I'm just saying, they pretty much handed you the win. We're supposed to be talking, again, not this week. The seat got a little cooler this week, but trust me, brother, this will not stop. This will not stop. It will continue. The man went for a field goal that he knew he shouldn't have been trying to kick, and when he missed it, the Saints had great field and they scored. The man went for a 4th and 1 and threw it, didn't get it. Come on, man. You watched the game. You saw it. He's making terrible decisions. That's all I'm saying. And if he continues to do that, it's going to hurt, even though this is a talented team.
Would you still call it a terrible decision last week if Saquon catches the pass?
No. But he didn't catch it. And that's why it's still one of those plays where you roll the dice. Should I kick the field goal? Should I go for it? That's all I'm saying. This guy, I'm telling you, is Brandon.
Should I run cover one or should I run cover three? I'm gonna run cover one.
Brandon Staley all season long. You'll see. You'll see. You got away with that one. I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but you got away with that one, Nick. Terrence,
Early prediction. Early prediction. AJ Brown comes back next week because the game that he hates he missed was our playoff game against Tampa Bay. We play Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay this week. AJ Brown comes back and we're gonna win that one too. Go ahead, Terrence.
That can definitely happen.
So look, I don't think either one of you are wrong. I think you're both right in this situation, honestly. However, I want to give credit to the person who really won the game for the Eagles over the weekend. The GM won the game over the weekend by going out when he went out and got Saquon. That made a difference, a world of a difference, because so many people, including the Giants, just didn't want to pay the man, which is asinine to me. And we now see Saquon on playing meaningful games on a good team, and we see the difference he can make in the game. So I just want to give some credit to Howie Roseman for not being a complete doofus like so many other GMs in the league are. Who a lot of those guys fail upward. They're terrible at what they do, but they get promoted some kind of way. Howie Roseman, best GM in football, best signing in the offseason, and it paid dividends in a very crucial moment.
I've said that before. That he's the best general manager in the league. I've said that before. I like how he goes to get it. I like how he's aggressive, and I like how he gets what he wants. You know who a general manager who doesn't be aggressive, who never goes to get what he needs? Jerry Jones. He could have went and got a good running back too that would have made the Cowboys a much better team, and that's Derrick Henry. But he didn't do that because Derrick Henry is playing for Terrence's Baltimore Ravens. Terrence. Cowboys, Ravens, Cowboys were getting smashed. Then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, Raven fans are going to have to be on suicide watch if they let this one go, if they blow this one. They did not, though. They hung on and they got the win. Terrence, congratulations. Welcome to the winning column for the season. And tell us why your Ravens won, and then we can talk about why in the hell Jerry Jones is trying to convince us that him not getting Derrick Henry was a good move, or he couldn't afford him, and y'all are giving him like $8 million. He couldn't afford that. We'll get into Jerry in a minute, but just tell us that purple look good out there in Texas. I'm not gonna lie to you. It looked good. Coming in the end zone, running off. It looked good.
The story of this game should be Derrick Henry running over the Cowboys, but you guys know my tangent over the past few years. It has been wide receiver play. So I am going to give some credit to Rashard Bateman. He finally showed up. I forgot he was on the field. We got a little bit of Rashard Bateman sighting. I thought Lamar was very under control. But they have got to figure out this curse, this whole curse of saying that, hey, we get fourth quarter leads and we like to lose those leads. They should have lost that game yesterday, y'all. I mean, just being real. They should have lost that game. Dallas got one more possession, I don't think they come out with a win. And that is a real problem because they put up a stat, and I think since 2021, the Ravens have blown 10 to fourth quarter leads more than any team in football. You can't be a good team blowing fourth quarter leads. Honestly, I have to go back and look to be sure, but over the past 2, maybe 3 seasons, every game the Ravens lost, they had a lead in. That is a problem. That's a real problem. So that's something they got to figure out at some point. As far as Jerry Jones, he's one of those doofuses that I was just talking about. Absolutely. Top of the list.
Oh, me? Yeah, okay, for sure. First of all, of course, I was in bliss watching the Ravens finally close that one out yesterday. I was a little worried about Terrence for a minute. I was texting him. I was like, Terrence, you here? We all right? Because like I said, of course, the Ravens ran out there in the beginning, and then they allowed it to get very interesting near the end. End of the day, they got it done. The thing that was obviously very, very apparent for the Cowboys, just as it was last week, they can't stop the run. The Ravens were able to figure that out and took advantage of that, at least for the first 2.5 quarters, and then somehow kind of seemed to forget that until the last few minutes of the game when they did close it out. So I was glad to see that. As somebody that's in the NFC East, certainly the Commanders and the Giants both won this week. So if I'm not mistaken, that may put the Cowboys in third or fourth place in the division. I had to double check on that. No, both of yeah, because Commanders have won twice.
Terrence is saying the fourth. It will put the
But the Giants have a better
The
division
Giants have
record.
only won once. So the Eagles and the Commanders are at the top of the NFC East, and then it's the Cowboys. That's where we're at this point. So obviously glad to see that. I don't expect the Commanders to continue to keep pace with us. I expect us to continue to pick it up as the season goes along. So this is certainly a loss I was glad to see for the Cowboys for a number of reasons. It's a good day for me.
So Terrence, is Dallas at the bottom of the NFC East because their one win is against the AFC, against an AFC team? Would that be the reason why? And the Giants beat a.
I think so.
Hold on, who did the Giants beat yesterday? No, the Giants beat a AFC.
Giants beat Cleveland.
Both the Cowboys and the Giants have only beaten Cleveland.
Both of them beat Cleveland.
So I don't know. They're probably both tied at 3-4. I don't know how they would go. But that's interesting. And they both play.
They play each other next.
Yeah, I know. Thursday.
Oh, they play each other on Thursday?
Cowboys, Giants.
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe. I tell you what, the Giants don't run the ball like the Saints and the Ravens, but damn it, they did run it like 32, 33 times on yesterday. So they could give the Cowboys a run for the money. We'll see, but I expect Dallas to get back in the winning column on this one. We'll see. But yeah. Jerry Jones said that getting Derrick Henry was we just couldn't do it. Like really, if you pay CD Lamb ahead of time, if you pay Dak ahead of time, or if you don't pay Dak, because I damn sure wouldn't have, you could have paid for Derrick Henry. This is a team that drafts well. If they would just make a few free agent moves, the Cowboys should definitely be a Super Bowl team. But we know the Cowboys are gonna be the Cowboys, baby. And that is not fluid. All right. So what else we got? There was some more good games yesterday. I mean, man. First, before we get into some more Sunday games, I already told you about Niners loss. We went over the Cowboys and Ravens. Terrence's Ravens is back in the winning column. Nick got a dub. He's back in the winning column with his Eagles over the Saints. That was a good game. Caleb Williams looks like he's going to struggle. He's having a rookie year. Caleb Williams, it looks like the all of the expectations have become more of a reality. And it's going to be some growing pains. And I'm sure Justin Fields is in Pittsburgh smiling his ass off right now saying, yeah, now y'all see what I went through. He's 3-0 and he's undefeated in Pittsburgh. That was an impressive win against the Chargers. I think so. The Chargers were playing pretty good, too. That was a very good defensive juggernaut. It was kind of, as JR was saying in WWE, a slobber knocker. But it was a good slobber knocker. I liked it. Justin Fields is just doing a little bit more week by week. So I want to ask you guys this. I'll get Terrence first to answer and then Nick. Has Justin Fields did enough to take this job away from Russell Wilson?
Yes. I mean, it's a very simple yes. They're 3-0. There's no reason. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And honestly, at this stage in Russell's career, I don't think he can come in and offer you anything that Justin Fields can't offer you. We're talking about a Russell Wilson at the back end of his career, who is still a good player. I don't think he's a bad player. Versus Justin Fields in the very beginning of his career still. Give me Justin Fields on a team with a really good defense and some good skill players. This Pittsburgh Steelers team, even though I didn't pick them to be very high, but it's not because they're a bad team. It's because I thought Cincinnati and Cleveland, and of course Baltimore, would just be better. So nah, man, give me Justin Fields, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. There's absolutely no reason to make a change at this point. Justin Fields has gone 3-0. Yeah, I don't believe he's turned the ball over at all yet this season, and they haven't lost. So at the end of the day, he's done what you've asked him to do. He's been more than competent running the offense. No, there's no reason to change it. And from a couple of rumors I've started hearing, there's a possibility Russell Wilson ends up on the trade market. Certainly with Miami's loss of Tua for at least 4 games and possibly more than that. They're a team that may be in the market. The Raiders, if they're going to realize that the Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell experiment isn't going to work, they may be in the market to try to salvage that season. And I'm sure there's some others there that that don't come to hand offhand. The Broncos probably would need to be, albeit obviously Sean Payton wouldn't that wouldn't work again. But I don't believe I still don't believe in Bo Nix, regardless of the fact that they won yesterday. So yeah, no, there's no reason to make a change. Russell Wilson may be on the move here sooner rather than later.
Yeah, agreed. I always thought that it made no sense to start Russell in the first place, especially once we said, okay, there's a calf issue. Like, you want to be 9-8 with Russell Wilson, or do you want to see if this guy can take you on a higher, to higher heights? I don't know exactly what that record would be, but he's just younger. He's got youth on his side. He's definitely got the legs. He's fresh legs. He can run. We know he can run. If he can just put it all together, which Arthur Smith can do, put him under center more, play action more, our formations, running the ball, play action that, play action this, letting him see the field a little bit more better. He's actually starting to scan the field and do his thing. I definitely agree. I think Justin Fields has done enough to win this job. I'm not saying it's a lot, but he's not making mistakes. And that's all Mike T wants you to do, is just be mistake-free with the football, take care of it. We're going to play some good defense. You know that. And let's see what this, let the chips fall where they may toward the fourth quarter when we get there. But I'm very impressed. I wanted to say that you can't count Mike Tomlin out. I've always said that. It just looked like it was going to get ugly. But, man, it looks like I was wrong at 3-0. I know it's still just three weeks of football, and it's still early. But the Steelers have a defense that ain't going anywhere unless there's some injuries. So, yeah, I agree with the both.
They got the Colts next week. They got to go to Indy.
Okay. Speaking
Sounds very winnable to me.
Speaking of winnable, we were talking about rookie quarterbacks, and C.J. Stroud really effed the game up, to be honest with you, after the rookie season he had last year. Now high expectations for everybody, like Caleb Williams, who we'll get into in a moment. But I just want to ask you all a question about Jaden Daniels. The boy went into Cincinnati. I think the both of you picked the Commanders to win this game also. You went with upsets for both games, I believe. You whiffed on the other one with the
I think I took the Bengals.
Oh, you took the Bengals, Nick? Okay.
Yep, I took the Bengals to bounce back this week.
Appreciate you admitting that you were wrong. Terrence, you picked the Commanders, I believe. You did on your parlay. So, anyway, good job. And
Yeah, no, I picked him out right. Yeah,
you picked them out right. Okay, you were right. The Washington Commanders were balling on Monday Night Football. They went and they gave the Bengals everything that they could handle. And it was moments where Joe Burrow was looking like Joe Burrow again, like, he's about to do it again. Man, he's about to do it. And this young guy is playing so good, though, I don't want him to lose tonight. It looked like Joe Burrow was about to take that dub away from him, though. But no. Bengals defense just could not get stops when they needed to. Jaden Daniels just stayed on the field, killing the TOP, the time of possession, that is. And they were cooking. Call him a chef. Call him Chef Daniels, I guess, because he really was cooking. He can run. He can throw. He can see the field. It looks like it. He makes the right reads. He makes quick reads. The ball comes out fast. He makes the right decisions on the zone reads. I mean, the boy is good and looking good, man. I said that I thought he would be the most impressive quarterback. I know there's a lot of hype about Caleb Williams, and he's supposed to be the second coming. But I knew he was going to the Chicago Bears. And I know that's going to be some growing pains. The Commanders, well, you would think it would be some growing pains, but I told you guys, he's got McLaurin, he's got, I don't know, I don't want to name all the people, but I saw some people. Eckler's in the backfield, even though he got hurt. You still got Robinson in the backfield. Got a few people out there now. Gabe Davis is in Washington. No, I'm sorry. That's not him. That was the other game I was watching.
Gabe Davis in Jacksonville.
Either way, whoever these guys are outside of McLaurin, these guys are good.
And he lost Jahan Dotson right before the season. They traded him to us.
And what did we say? Somebody said on this show, they must know something that we don't to get rid of talent like that. They must really think highly of their quarterback. I think Nick might have said it. Well, yeah, they do. And I think we know why. Monday Night Football. Washington beat Cincinnati. I don't know what the final score was, but
38-33.
38-33. It was. It looked
Yep.
worse than what the score was. They were in control most of that ball game. Nick, you're the Eagles fan. I and Nick Wright went with a crazy wild prediction on why Washington would win the NFC East, and you laughed at me. Well, right now, after 3 weeks, you two are right at the top. Are you a little bit worried? You can tell me what happened tonight too and how they
No.
beat the Bengals, and it looks like the Bengals have a problem. They're at the bottom of the AFC North. But my question for you, Nick, and then Terrence can answer next, is Jaden Daniels. Are you a little bit worried about him in your division?
No, I'm not. I think the Commanders will be better than I thought. I think Jaden Daniels is showing to be more NFL ready than I thought coming into this and kind of how they're running things at this point. But I don't see it as a threat to us. I think that they will go through a stretch where he will look like a rookie, where they will drop some games. This was almost one of them. I think if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm encouraged by what I saw in the second half. I was a slow start getting things going and that sort of thing. But the second half, when the rubber really started to hit the road, you saw some of their chemistry start to come back with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and more importantly, T. Higgins, who made his return tonight just in time to help carry my fantasy team to my 3-0 record in my money league. But anyway, so yeah, I think if I'm a Bengals fan, that second half was encouraging. Certainly, thought you had a good chance to get the job done there. Unfortunately, your defense really let you down with the big Terry McLaurin touchdown there late in the fourth quarter. If your defense can get you a stop there, you got to feel like as a Bengals fan, Joe Burrow gets the ball, we going to go in and get in the end zone, and now we rolling. So, it's one of those things. Obviously, took them a little too long to get going. I'm not discouraged by any stretch if I'm a Washington fan. I think if I'm watching, I'm also very encouraged, particularly with Jaden Daniels being a rookie. But what he's shown up with these first couple of weeks, you got to feel like you made the right choice when it comes to your franchise quarterback here going forward. And so I would say an encouraging performance overall from both teams. Certainly, if you're the Bengals, you wish you'd have gotten off to a faster start. But no, to answer your question, as far as the NFC East, I still got us coming out on top. Washington may replace the Cowboys in that situation, where they may end up, as a 8-9, as a 9 or 10 win, maybe 11 win team. Yeah, not 11, 9 or 10 win team. But I think the Eagles walk away with it with 12, maybe 13 wins on the season.
If you're not worried, you better get worried. That's a bad dude. And I can absolutely envision an NFC that has Jaden Daniels as the best quarterback in the future. Maybe not this year. In the
Not
future,
this year.
now, yeah. So I don't know if Jarvis meant like so in totality as in the next 5 to 10 years. If it's the next 5 or 10 years, you better be worried 'cause that's a bad dude, and they're just getting started. They still got a whole lot of building to do in Washington. This is just very much the very tip of the iceberg. So you can say you're not worried right now, but looking in the future, you might want to be a little bit worried.
I mean, I don't think I'll say is the best thing Washington has going for it is that Dan Snyder doesn't own the team anymore.
Not only
Kudos
that,
to that.
they have somebody that probably knows how to own a football team, and they definitely already made a good pick, something that Snyder never did in his 20-year run.
Well, he did pick RG3. That was a good pick. He just screwed it up after he got him.
Either or. Nobody's thinking about RG3 right about now these days. He's not going to be a Hall of Famer. Anyway, I guess it was going to be good. We don't really know. It started out good. But
Yeah, I mean, one rookie of the year, he balled out that year, and then they just ran him into the ground and let him tear his ACL to shreds.
Yeah, exactly. But Nick, to answer your
that's your boy.
and his dad, to answer your question though, I think you should worry right now. Damn it, this year I said it. Cliff Kingsbury.
That sounds good.
Cliff Kingsbury. I was like, oh, I want to pick Washington to win the NFC East, but I don't trust that boy KK over there. He was overrated in college, and he didn't do a good job with Kyler Murray, but damn, he was cooking tonight. Maybe it was just a quarterback. Maybe it was just, I don't know, the right dose of weapons. He got everything. Did you see the play caller tonight? He was dialing some stuff up, cooking some stuff up. It wasn't just run, run, run. It was things that suit him, and he looks like he's got that offense, and it's just week 3. It could get a lot better as the season progresses. If he keeps doing this, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to sing they'll need a Baker to him. I apologize. If he keeps it up, that's what I'll be singing to Cliff Kingsbury. Man, he was cooking tonight. That boy bad, Jaden Daniels, and I came on here and said that I think he's the best quarterback out of the draft. It's just one game. I'm not trying to overreact, but I think that if they get better and better as the season progresses, they're going to have something for Philly's ass. Because I know Philly, they'll beat themselves. As good as they are, they'll beat themselves already. And then Jaden Daniels will come in and beat them too. That's just my opinion. What else we got? We got
Detroit over Arizona 20-13. We got Kansas City squeezed it out over Atlanta 22-17. Minnesota blew Houston out 34-7. Anybody see that coming?
I predicted the Vikings would win. I definitely didn't think that they would win by whatever the point spread was.
34-7. So that's 26-27.
Right.
I didn't think Sam Darnold had that in him. Let me go on and apologize to Mr. Darnold right now.
And Kevin O'Connell, man, he's playing like he could. If he keeps this up, he's going to be coach of the year. And Brian Flores deserves flowers.
Brian Flores with that defense. That's what I was about to say. That's who need to get some credit right here.
Took the words right out of my mouth. We said it at the same time. I mean, everybody is telling him at the end of the game, your scheme is crazy, bro. That's what everybody is freaking saying.
Yeah.
He's killing it right now. 7 points. The Houston Texans, we were just putting them in the AFC Championship game, and we still probably will see them in that game. But 7 points, Brian Flores, man, he's doing his thing. If he's not a head coach next year, it's got to be the lawsuit that he still got up against the NFL and whatever. Like, come on, man. We don't do him like that. His brother is coaching his ass off. And I like how Kevin stood up for him after Tua bashed him. And again, hope Tua's going to be fine. But I didn't like what he done and how he done that. I'm glad Flores is getting his shine on right now. And one more thing about that other game that we talked about, Nick. Jaden Daniels. He just did.
Washington and Cincinnati.
Daniels just did this to a defense that had Patrick Mahomes beat last week. Like, the Bengals really outplayed them all the way up until one penalty in the end. That defense was playing good against the Chiefs. And I'm not saying the Chiefs are in January mode, playoff mode yet. I know this isn't the best of the Chiefs that we're going to see. I get it. But still, that's the Chiefs. That's the boogeyman, and they played pretty good against them. Jaden Daniels had them looking like an 0-3 team, nonetheless, of course, but still, like, the Bengals didn't look like an 0-3 team last week against the Chiefs. That's a good defense. The run defense isn't good in Cincinnati, but they play good.
Yeah, I think the other side of that you got to look at is, that has become a rivalry game between those two teams, and so you kind of got to throw the records out of the window. They're going to show up for that game every time. You put on a Bengals jersey for the rest of this era of Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, and as long as they're leading those teams, you put on one of those jerseys, you got to go play the other team. It don't matter if you're going into that game 13-0 or 0-13. You need to pack your lunch.
You're right. Well, somebody should have told them it was the Kansas City Chiefs on the field today because they didn't get the win. And the Commanders get the game. What else you got, Nick? Is there any more games that we're really interested we're talking about? I mean, the Cowboys, they got to get back to their winning ways. So do the Niners, if that'll happen. Are the Niners season over? Has their Super Bowl window closed? Is it closing for y'all a little bit more now?
Yep. Well, you got to remember now, before this season, I said this was going to be y'all injury-prone year. I said this is gonna be y'all injury prone year. I took the Rams to win y'all
Well,
division.
you got that from me, Nick. I said that we were going to have a hangover and it was going to be a 2020 year.
You said hangover. I said it's gonna be injuries. I specifically
When I
said
say
injuries.
2020, I'm referring to the year everybody got hurt, and it started week
Yeah.
2.
Oh,
Yeah, like Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas and Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt in that game alone, and it went downhill.
well, yeah. If you flash back to that preseason episode when we did those predictions, I was like, yeah, y'all gonna be injured and it ain't gonna be as good as you wanted to be. And I took the Rams to win the division. I should have put that bet in on FanDuel. That one and my Eagles. So far, we looking
You
good out
can't
here,
say
man.
it wasn't as good as I wanted to be. I already knew that it wasn't going to be good. I'm trying to tell you that. Even though people were like, what are you
Yeah, that's
saying?
true.
That's your team. I know. I picked them to be in the Super Bowl last year. Did I or did I not? They were in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
So I think some people should just shh and listen. Just shh. This is why I put the mic. This is why the microphone is right here. This is why I'm doing the podcasting. You know, like, come on, man. I'm pretty good at this. You got to hold us credible here at the Great Debate Show, which is available wherever you get your podcasts. Just rate, review, and follow. And hit the download button. That is going to help the Great Debate Show go on a lot longer. We have some fans, some audience, people in the audience that listens to us. And some people have actually shown me what they do on a weekly basis. And they don't download it, though, to know, by their mistake. Again, just want to let all our listeners know, yes, listen, follow, but even if you don't really listen, click that download button around your Wi-Fi. It's going to go around and buffer in like 5 seconds, if that. And we appreciate it. That's really going to keep us around a lot more. Rate, review, follow, but please don't forget to download. Thank you again. That's all I got. I don't know what else. What else, Nick? What else, Terrence? I'm out.
I think I heard you say Giants and Cowboys on Thursday. We want to give some early predictions on that.
I'll take Cowboys, but who cares?
7:15 Prime Video. Dallas at the Giants. So they are going to New York. Dallas opens as a 5-point favorite. You taking the spread?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take Dallas
yeah. I'll take Dallas in that game. They're gonna make it a more competitive game than it needs to be. But look out for Malik Neighbors. He seems to be finding himself, and got Daniel Jones looking like a real starting quarterback. And let me just say, I don't care how much better Daniel Jones gets. I'm never apologizing.
Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys win. I'll take them to cover. This will be a bounce back game for them. Because the Giants don't run the football terribly well. Although Devin Singletary did get loose on a big one yesterday to help seal that game. I'll take Cowboys to win. I'll take Cowboys to win by a lot. As much as I hate to say it, they'll probably win by a lot.
Okay. So Cowboys, 49ers 1-2, Ravens 1-2. But the Steelers are 3-0. The Chiefs are 3-0, to no surprise.
No surprise there.
There's a few more. The Vikings are 3-0. That's a surprise to everyone. There's a few more. The Buffalo Bills are 3-0. And the Buffalo Bills look like
Buffalo Bills are 3-0. The Seahawks are 3-0.
There you go. The Seahawks are 3-0. The Buffalo Bills look like a really, really good 3-0, though. Not like a fluke 3-0. This looks like a really good team. Are the Buffalo Bills looking like the best team in the AFC right now? I know it's early, but don't they look like the best in the AFC right now?
They look like the best team in the league right now, if we're being completely honest.
I agree. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills.
They have won convincingly every week so far.
Who would have thought the Steelers and the Vikings would be 3-0 right now? Come on, T. Come on.
Sorry. So we won't get a chance to do this again. But shout out to Mercury Morris, who passed away over the weekend. I think he passed away Sunday. Nick, you brought it up in the group text. He died never seeing another undefeated team, and I'm sure that's exactly the way he wanted to have it. Screw you, Eli Manning. Screw you, Rodney Harrison and Asante Samuel and who was it, David Tyree, and everybody involved with helping the Giants win that game, man. Screw all of y'all. But rest in peace to Mercury Morris, who I personally gave a hard time a few times on the show.
Why'd you give Mercury Morris a hard time? What did he do to you?
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to see another undefeated team. Every year, if a team got
Oh,
6-0, 7-0, he came on TV with his big old elbow pads, uh, talking about nobody's going to be undefeated. And Eli came out and should have been sacked, first of all. It should have been a pick on the play before that. Sunday Samuel just gave it away and pulled off a miracle. And he never saw a team be better than his Dolphins team, and he went to his grave with that. So kudos to him for that. But just because of how much crap he talked, I wanted them to be another undefeated team.
Well, it'll be somebody else's. It'll be another long lifetime of somebody else's before you ever see that happen. I don't think it'll ever happen. Not in our lifetime, anyway.
No.
is anybody from those Dolphins teams who's still left from those teams?
Shula,
Are any of those guys still here? Because
Is
maybe
Don Shula still alive?
that's a good question.
I think
I
he
wouldn't know.
is. I don't know. Not many, probably, but still probably more than we think. I'm not sure.
Don Shula been dead for 4
I'm
years.
sorry. Real. Yeah, I guess he has. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got though, people. We had a good show. We talked about Deshaun and Trevor. I definitely got them out of the way. Jaden Daniels is up. What a game. What a night for him on Monday night. Man, that's about it. The Eagles again. They got the win. We'll see. We'll see how the rest of this season goes. It's a long season. The Baltimore Ravens are back in the winning
Yeah.
column. Let's see where that goes. And the Niners have the Patriots coming up on Sunday. By the way, the Patriots. Let's see how that one goes. Yeah, but other than that, that's pretty much it for me. I was very impressed with Jaden Daniels. I love, man. It just looks like he just has that it factor. He just looks like he's not afraid. He's not scared of the moment. He's ready. It's just the third down plays. It was nothing. Just zip, first down, 3rd and 8. Zip, first down, nothing. Joe Buck's getting all loud and excited. He's like, calm down. He's on the field looking like, shh, I know what I'm doing. I got this. I just like it. It seems like he has the it factor, the swag, the aura. I mean, it's just everything just seems to be there. Like he just was born to do this. I could be wrong. I know it's just one game. Maybe the Bengals are just that bad on defense, but damn. I think he's gonna get better and better and better. Y'all got anything to say about Caleb Williams before we sign off? Like, did y'all expect it to look this bad?
I'm gonna continue to withhold judgment. I'm gonna withhold it. I'm gonna give him a couple more weeks. We'll see.
Okay. It is a young season.
Play back the tapes. I said it would be.
I've got a couple of thoughts, but I don't want to jump the gun. Give it a couple more weeks. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. And that's it. That is it then. It was a great show. Thank you guys. And we thank everybody for listening. Again, we're the good guys here at the Great Debate Show, and we will be back next time. Y'all be safe out there and peace.
2-1, baby.
1 and 2.